These are the Erpers.
I'm here for the sluts.
You just said that. Downstairs.
Nobody in. What's going on?
False alarm, it was just a hot dog stand.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, all right, all right.
Rip to the dogs.
All right, I'll take a seat. Get comfortable.
Okay.
That's a good
What's
point.
popping with you?
Hello.
Let me grab a seat, guys.
Take a seat. Get comfortable. Relax. And I think we'll begin the reading. Tonight's reading is Incredible Love.
Wow.
Nora woke up, covered in sweat and her heart racing. Her breathing was erratic and shallow. She placed a hand on her heart as she tried to regain some semblance of control over herself. As she did so, she felt her boyfriend shift next to her and wrap his arm around her. She lay there for a few minutes as her breathing began to normalize, and her heart no longer felt like it was going to burst out of her chest.
What am I doing with my life?
She sighed and relaxed slightly into his arm. "You alright?" her boyfriend asked. "Yeah, Dave, it was just a bad dream," she replied, nuzzling up against him. "Want to tell me about it?" he asked. "I would, but can't remember what it was about," she said, slightly concerned. He leaned over and kissed her on the forehead, then said, "Well, can't be anything important then. I mean, if you need me or just want to talk, you know I love you and I'll always be there for you." "I know, and I love you too," Nora replied, kissing him on the lips. Dave returned the kiss. The two pressed closer together until Nora suddenly broke the embrace and placed a finger on his lip. "After breakfast, baby," she said. "How does French toast sound?" he asked. "Lovely." Dave got out of the bed and wandered into the kitchen as Nora lay still on the bed and tried to remember. But as much as she focused, as much as she tried to, she couldn't. If it had been a few years ago, she would have just shrugged and moved on. However, ever since the incident 5 years ago, Nora, along with a number of other people around the world, had gained powers beyond what humans could normally do. Her boyfriend wasn't so lucky or unlucky, depending on your point of view. But having psychic powers and the ability to see the future tends to make forgetting these glimpses of what is to come slightly stressful. But she wasn't able to do anything about it, so after laying in bed for a few minutes, she got dressed and wandered into the kitchen. She not so quietly snuck up behind her boyfriend and gave him a hug. Dave smiled and relaxed into her embrace as she gently rocked from side to side. Nora slid around to in front of Dave
How's
and
the smut
straightened up
reading?
slightly, raising her heels slightly off the ground so she could give her boyfriend a kiss on the lips. Dave put down the pan and put his arms around her and returned the kiss. She placed her hands on his waist and moved in closer, pressing up against him, His hands moved
Well,
down
chat, there's
her
not better
back
else to do.
and began to reach until an alarm went off, and Dave broke off the kiss. Shit, he said,
This is cool. Who
as he
wrote the
got the
story?
French
Someone might have wrote
toast
this.
off the stove before it started to burn. Nora got out of the way and sat down at the table, saying, I'll just have to finish this tonight. Deal. The two ate, then went their separate ways for the day. As she walked, no one noticed as her clothes changed from just a simple skirt and shirt into something a little more flashy. Not even the security cameras or phones that people so eagerly filmed themselves taking pictures for Twitter noticed. She wasn't invisible. It's just that her powers were able to make no one notice. Not even machines could perceive her. As she continued to walk, her alter ego took form. Mana, able to see into the future and warp reality, but still managed to pick the wrong lottery numbers. When she got to her team's headquarters, the only person there was Meta Man. She sighed.
Who?
She was pretty sure the guy didn't even have to sleep. Either that or he lived in his mother's basement. Nora didn't exactly work a 9 to 5, but she still had to flip burgers. And it wasn't too long after the team groggily made their way in that a priority alert went out. Not even an hour later, Meta Man found himself flashing his signature smile that sparkled in the sunlight. The crowd below him went wild as he did a few poses for
Yo,
pictures and
not looking
live
good
streams,
right now, son, God, shut
even
up.
opening up his shirt a bit to show off his muscles. Hello? I'm the one with the giant robot over here, Gearbrain shouted over the loudspeaker. But you're just not cool, Meta Man said. I'll show you cool, Gearbrain shouted as he fired an ice beam at him. Meta Man took it head on and didn't even flinch.
Meta Man.
He winked at a woman wearing a yellow dress in the
Yo,
crowd.